Hey my lovely YouTubers, it's me, Morgan Tracy J, coming today with a video all about prayer journaling. Well, if you've been on my YouTube channel and my website, then you realize that I do a lot about prayer journal. I talk about it, I say how I tell you guys how I help my own personal walk. But today I'm going to be answering 10 questions on prayer journaling, on my personal walk with prayer journaling, and also I'm going to be adding a bonus tip at the very end, okay? So before we get started, I want to say be sure you've already subscribed, but be sure at the end of this video you click the link in the description and you sign up at my website so you can get the weekly prompts that I send out to help you with your prayer journaling. It's just questions and things to do every day when you sit down with your prayer journal, just to kind of help you, get in the mood and get it going for you, okay? All right, guys. Well, the first question is, how long have you been journaling? I have been journaling for almost 4 years, okay? Second question, what made you start? The death of my grandfather made me start journaling. At the time, I didn't call it prayer journaling. I just started writing because there was a whole bunch of feelings and emotions in me that I needed to get out, okay? What has journaling been for you? For me, I think journaling has been an escape sometimes, especially when I was dealing with the really tough emotions, when I was going through a lot of hills and valleys in my life, when I was dealing with sinful relationships and confusion and all these things. My prayer journal allowed me to escape to a place where I could get all my feelings out on paper, and then I could go back and reflect and see what was my issue, right? So it's been an escape. It's been a safe place to land, and it's honestly just been like the heart of God, honestly. How has it helped you? I think it's really just helped me communicate and get my feelings out, because a lot of times I would just hold it in and act like I didn't know anything and like I don't feel anything, but it actually allowed me to get those feelings out and just to feel better and be a better person. Okay. Why do you continue to journal? I still journal to this day, obviously, but I continue to do it because I'm human, because I get lost, I get confused, I get offended, I get hurt. I get like over my head in all kinds of things. And so journaling is kind of my safe place, and I have to do it because I have a lot of emotions inside and feelings that it's good that I get out, right? Okay. What is the biggest lessons you've learned in prayer journaling? The biggest lesson I think I've learned in prayer journaling is if you can't be truthful and honest with yourself, then you're tripping, girl. Because I used to kind of prayer journal just kind of the way I operated in everyday life, but I started to realize that my journaling was supposed to be unfiltered. Like when I talk to God, I'm not supposed to be scared to say, oh God, I had that sex thing. I'm supposed to be like, God, I had sex, man, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to just be so blunt and so open and honest with God and just pour out my heart to him. And so it took me a while to get there, but now that I'm there, I want to tell you, if you go through my prayer journal, you'll see like a cuss word sometimes. You'll see things that probably nobody knows about me. You'll see the desires I have. Maybe I have the desire to drink something. Maybe I have the desire to party. It's just unfiltered, and I love that it can be my unfiltered place, because God gets to take that in and he gets to make me even better. Okay, the truth will set you free, boo. Okay, so how many times do you journal a day? I journal at least twice a day. I journal in the morning and I journal right before bed, but also too I do ministry, and so it just kind of is all day almost. But yeah, I do it twice a day for sure. Do you follow a prompt when you journal? No, I really don't actually follow a prompt of questions or anything like that. But every morning journal usually starts with gratitude. And I didn't plan it that way, but sometimes when the sun would be shining through my window, I would just get so happy. When I came from college, I remember I had a big bed finally, and I was so used to sleeping on a small twin size. So I would journal about my big bed, When I got my office room, I was so grateful. I journaled about my office and thanking God. So I usually start my journal entries in the morning with gratitude, thanking God for whatever it is. If it's just a new day, if it's for the birds chirping, it's for my dogs barking, whatever, I just thank God. Okay. When do you journal? I journal every morning and I journal every evening, but I want to say in college, I journaled anytime I got the chance. So it didn't mean I got to journal all day, but in between classes, I would throw my headphones in and I would write my letter to God. So rarely was it in the morning, because I was always getting up right at the nick of time for classes. But I will say I would find a window between classes or between lunch to journal to God and just whatever my heart was talking about. Okay, so it's just whenever you got time, boo, put it in your schedule, make time for it, journal out those feelings, because it's really going to help you. All right, what would you tell women who want to start journaling? What would I tell some woman that would want to start journaling? honestly, I will tell you just to go for it. I want to tell you, if you're a mother, if you're a single woman, if you're a college student, if you're a high school student, if you're married, if you're thinking of getting married, if you got whatever, if you just a person, you need to journal, and you need to prayer journal specifically, because the thing is you got a lot of things going on inside of you. You get new ideas, you get new creative juices, you get new desires, you get hurt, you get offended, you get lost sometimes, you get questionable sometimes about some things. And so the biggest thing about prayer journaling is it allows those feelings that are inside of you to come out and for you to actually deal with them, then push them away. Okay, so if you're in high school, this is definitely for you too. If you got issues with that, maybe with certain friendships or certain people in your family, maybe you're having a tough upbringing, this is great for you too, to express those feelings and to help you be better. Trust. All right, the last thing, and it's the bonus tip I want to tell you. If you are just trying to get started with prayer journaling and you really don't know what to do, the first thing I want to tell you is obviously create an ambiance that you'll actually like, that's ideal to you. For me, my morning ambiance is sitting at my desk looking out my window and prayer journaling to God about whatever I see or whatever I feel. So create your ambiance. If it's on your bed late at night with your legs crossed writing, whatever it may be, if it's a hot cup of tea beside you or coffee, create your ambiance to make yourself feel more intimate, okay? Okay, and the next thing I want to tell you is something I always like to do is I love to add titles to my entries of my journals or my entry of my entry that morning of my journal. Because I realized that over the years, if I didn't add a title, it almost looked like the journal just went all together. It looked like a big book or something, just and horrible writing, okay? So what I want to tell you is when I added a title, it just kind of made it better. So this morning, my journal entry was a letter to my dad, but what I titled it was Dear Daddy, just because I knew that's what I was writing about. Sometimes I don't know exactly what I'm writing about, so I'll say, Good morning, world, or Thank you, Lord, or butterflies, or like birds flying. I'll just name it whatever I want, and that's the freedom in it. Name it whatever you want, but also add in a title, because it's going to help you when you reflect over in 6 months, 6 years, whatever. It's going to help you realize, like, oh wow, look at that. You know what I mean? Like, it feels so good inside. It really does. Feels so good to reflect over my old journals and to see the highs and the lows and the things that I was battling with in those seasons. Like, it feels so amazing, honestly. And I want to tell you guys, I pray you got blessed by this video. And if you are interested in prayer journaling, head on over to my website by clicking the link in the description. Sign up with your email and read all about prayer journaling. I have a full blog category centered to prayer journaling, and you want to be a part of that. All right. I love you guys so much. Be sure that you like and you subscribe. And also you comment down below, what is your favorite topic to prayer journal about? And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.